Yesterday we introduced you to Li Xiaojuan, the 53-year-old Malaysian woman who collected leftover and discarded food at street stalls to feed her family. Her house was also in a chaotic state and neighbours were complaining about the smell. 3 months ago, Tzu Chi volunteers called on Li Xiaojuan and eventually persuaded her to let them tidy up her place. The operation involved some 70 volunteers from all walks of life.
A chorus of shrieks emanates from the house. Rats, cockroaches, the volunteers have seen it all. But the next task is more daunting. Tzu Chi volunteers are not supposed to screw their noses up, but in this situation they can't help themselves.
I passed by here on the way to school, but I never realized there was this home here.
The people who lived next door moved away because they couldn't stand it.
The volunteers are less worried about the collection of junk and the population of cats and vermin than the rotting food that is left everywhere. It took volunteers 3 months visiting day and night to persuade Li Xiaojuan to let Tzu Chi clean her home.
Because the mother has diabetes and high blood pressure, and she has too much junk built up over a long time. Because she doesn't have the ability, we decided to help her.
Early in the morning, teams of English speakers, professionals and community volunteers totaling around 70 people march into Li Xiaojuan's house. Although not a big property, in the interests of time and efficiency, the volunteers keep busy inside and outside the home.
When I cleaned the electric fan, it was like it had been done 20 years ago, but not touched since then. If the recipients can change as a result, I think it's very meaningful.
When we had the chance, we always reported the case to the authorities, but nothing happened. We've been hoping for a long time that someone could help clean the house. Today is really brilliant.
Apart from taking away 2 truckloads of garbage, the Tzu Chi volunteers brought in a brand new bed and mattress for Li Xiaojuan and gave her a comfortable home.
Professors and businessmen came to help me clean up. If I don't keep it tidy, that would be unforgivable.
Perhaps all you need is love. Li Xiaojuan hopes to pass on the help she has received by taking part in environmental activities with volunteers.
Now I have you as my friends. It's really great.
When it comes down to it, your quality of life is in your own hands. With their guidance, the volunteers are confident Li Xiaojuan will turn her life around.
Starting today, January 1st, people in Taiwan who save water will get a 5 to 15% discount on their bill. Those who want to enjoy the discount should pay close attention to our next story about utility-saving guru Lin Guilan. She admits that she used to love following the latest fashions, but after joining Tzu Chi, the retired seamstress turned her skills to restoring and repairing old clothes, and now she's an expert recycler. In our next story, we visit Guilan's home, where you have to look very hard to find anything new.
After she retired, Lin Guilan and her sewing machine settled in Taichung. What used to make her a living now extends the lifespan of objects. A piece of cloth becomes a bag, the tablecloth and chair covers are recycled, the curtains were rescued from a flood, and old clothes are made new.
I fix them up and give them new life. My customers wear them and wonder why they look so good. They are happy and so am I.
This broken wicker chair was repaired with wire. You'll struggle to find anything new here, but everything is elegant. The pretty cabinet ornaments are second-hand. The retired tailor used to buy these things before, but now rescues them from the recycling station, like all the toys in this play corner.
The children know they are recycled. I tell them to cherish and use things until they have been thrown away.
After a dozen years in Tzu Chi, Guilan is living the simple life. As well as unplugging appliances, not using an electric water heater, and washing and reusing kitchen paper and plastic bags, she even folds up the toilet paper to make re-wiping easier.
We can cut down on our paper use to protect the earth. We encourage people to feel like this. It's thrifty.
Water for the pot plants comes from washing the vegetables. Guilan says her low-carbon lifestyle means she keeps her utility bills down to a minimum and leads a more satisfying life.
This week we've been bringing you a series of features on the planned resort for Qixingtan Beach in Hualien on the east coast of Taiwan. Besides being an environmental danger, the development is more likely to line the pockets of a small group of distant businessmen than bring wealth to the region. One group of youths who grew up in Hualien are confronting the consortium behind the plan, saying that a shared public resource should never be handed over to the corporate sector to be exploited for personal gain. These students have now organised a petition which they are encouraging people to sign.
You come back to a place because it holds memories.
Yet these memories may soon be lost to greed and exploitation.
Our students fear that when they come back, it will no longer be their home.
They are right to worry. The natural beauty that took eons to sculpt is now threatened by crude corporate greed.
Changing agricultural areas or ordinary forest lands into a tourist rest area are more suitable for resort development.
With reasoned argument, these students are holding campus lectures to build public awareness of the crisis facing Qixingtan.
All of these are personal signatures. Most were very enthusiastic, asking if they could take it to their homes or offices to get more.
Even those studying away are taking action.
Hualien is consistently changing, and not in ways we think are good, so the meetings are to find some way to protect our home.
Even students who are visiting on break are going into the community, exhorting their fellows.
They're planning a marina, which means it will be closed off. We won't be able to ride bikes there anymore.
For these people, Qixingtan is not just a coastline, it's a priceless cultural treasure.
Media watching or greeting the New Year's dawn there are just some of our wonderful memories. They should not only be memories. We want our children, the next generation and the next, to be able to come back and look at the sea or play in the waves.
As night falls, the singing voices waft outward, binding all with hope. If only everyone would join hands and work together to preserve this ocean vista, then all of us, both today and in the future, could enjoy this beloved natural legacy.
Typhoon Herb cut a swathe through Taiwan, and Nantou County's Shenmu village was one of the most badly hit regions. Tzu Chi immediately dispatched volunteers into the disaster-torn area, comforting survivors and bringing material aid. And then, this year, they did the same again in the aftermath of Typhoon Morakot on August 8th. In order to seek better living standards, recently, around 90 Shenmu villagers visited Kaohsiung's Shanlin Da'ai community to discuss with the Tzu Chi construction team the possibility of relocating their village to a similar community and the difficulties that may arise.
Touring the houses currently being built in Shanlin Da'ai community, some 90 Morakot victims from Nantou's Shenmu village are mesmerized by the meticulous craftsmanship and high-quality materials. Now they are eagerly anticipating their own. The dedicated efforts of Tzu Chi's construction team are deeply felt. The Shenmu residents are hoping Tzu Chi can assist them in escaping their own imminent threat of natural disasters, which they have been struggling with for decades. Looking from above, this was Shenmu village following 2009's AA disaster. Broken bridges, stranded residents, and dozens of houses washed away. The land had been torn apart. Thankfully, Tzu Chi arrived for their hour of need, setting up an emergency relief center and bringing aid packages and food to over 1,000 residents.
Hopefully, Master Zeng Yan can help us solve our problems. Otherwise, when the next flood comes, we really won't know where to run to.
It's very urgent. We've been caught up by property issues, so we can only wait.
The Shenmu villagers are very willing and eager to have Tzu Chi's help. I think that through their visit here today, we're also happy to help Shenmu village relocate. This is also Master Zeng Yan's greatest expectation.
With their hearts fixed on compassionate caring, Tzu Chi volunteers are helping to ease the suffering of these disaster victims, serving as a guiding beacon for those in need of a brighter future.